Greetings, my friends. Welcome to the corner of things, the corner of poems and card memorisation, and yeah, I'm just pondering. The corner of pondering. That's not right. It should be the P of pondering, or the corner of contemplation. There we go. That's better. The corner of contemplation. Okay, see, I'm off on one again. Right. Okay. So I did this yesterday. Okay. And I made the video. It went pretty well, to be honest. It went. I was like, okay, that's good. I actually made mistakes, which was good. Maybe. I think. Well, yeah, it is, because I make mistakes all the time. I'm not perfect. I know, it's crazy. I don't glide above the surface as rose petals. I'm just like, oh, and everything just happens perfectly. No, my friends. It's not like that, I'm afraid. But okay, so I'm just going to get straight on with this. I'll give you a quick, brief thing of what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to do it. And then at the end, I'll maybe have a little bit of a chat, which, knowing me, could go on for quite a while, But I'll get it over with first and see if I manage to do it. And then if I do, then, yeah, I'll put it out, and you can see and you let us know what you think. I hope this lighting's not too bad. Anyhow, yesterday, yeah, I made it. And then the problem is that sometimes when I'm filming my poems, I put this teleprompter thing over the lens, and when I've got it on autofocus, which I tend to try and have now because I've had quite a lot of videos that have gone blurry, so the autofocus, even though it dips in and out of focus, kind of seems to be more stable, So and stable, deja vu. Okay, what was I saying? But yes. But I'd knocked the camera yesterday, or I'd forgot, and I also think I forgot to put it back onto the autofocus. So when I did this, oh, my phone, I say, no, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to check that. It could be important. No, they would ring if it was important. It's just text. Okay. But it might be in my head when I'm doing the thing. I'm just going to quickly check. Okay, sorry. And then at least when I'm doing the thing, I'm not like, who was that called? Okay, right. That's cool. That's good news, in fact. I'm a millionaire! I wish. They threw a text there. You're a millionaire. Woo! See, I knew this would go on along. Right, here's the gist. Right. I want to memorise a deck of cards. That's the plan. Might sound hard. Takes a little bit of effort. It's not hard. Anyone can do it. Please do not think for a second, go, I can't do it. My memory's no good or whatever. No, it doesn't. That doesn't matter. If you can speak and you can walk without bashing into walls all the time, then, your brain and your memory is totally fine. Don't worry. You probably remember who you're called. You probably remember who your mum and your dad and your sister's called, and your friends. And if you've got a job, you probably know how to do that job. Your memory's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? And don't have that belief that you can't do anything. I honestly believe it's an arrogance beyond belief. But I believe I can learn almost anything. I believe if I had a brain surgeon taking this in, I mean, it would take a good few years. I'm not kidding. But again, forget all the fancy words and things that they might use and whatever. Just like, yeah, I do this thing to that thing because that thing has happened. I'll probably, dumb down the language a bit so it computes in my mind rather than all this fancy stuff that you can't even pronounce. You like choke on, and then yeah. So I'm being a bit arrogant. A brain surgeon. I don't know who it letters. It's like, that's my young apprentice here. It's his first time. He just wants to have a good dive in there. It happened again. Don't worry, Lee. You're still practicing. Don't worry. We'll just, as many lives as it takes until you can get good at brain surgery. I'm in. I'm on board, baby. Right. Okay. So back to the card stuff. Anyhow. God, I knew this would drag on. Right. I'm going to get to the point. So I memorise a deck of cards. It's just a normal deck of cards. There's no cheating going on, my friends. Pass me the thing. No. There's no cheating going on. Okay, it's just cards. That's it. And again, I'll talk about many people who memorise decks of cards. It's like, I'm not a magician. Right, okay. But what I do, and this is like me taking the brain to the gym. Each day. I'll try and do it every day. But some days I don't. But I'm going to really try and do this every day because I feel like it's such a good thing to do. Probably takes about 10 minutes of your time. So, memorise deck cards, but I wanted to add a twist. So, thought I thought I'd learn the poem of T.S. Eliot, my favourite one. It has to be. It's one that's just burned in my brain. Although I do forget it now and again, which is stupid because it's a memory thing. But I'm like, what's that bit? It's like T.S. Eliot. It's called The Love Song of J. Alfred Perfect. I don't know why I'm holding these things like this. So like, get away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recite the poem. I'm finally getting to the point here. I'm going to recite the poem, and then I'm going to memorise that chords while I'm reciting the poem, which is pretty tricky. I must admit, it took a bit of time. And then we'll see what we recall. Okay? And if it's like, if I only get, say, 3 or 4, maybe even 5 wrong, then I'll bring the video out, because I get them wrong all the time. Some days I get 52, 52. I'm like, yeah, something best in the world. And then sometimes it's just like I get like 9 wrong because I've either, I'm trying to do it and the focus isn't there and all that jazz. But it's not the point. Okay, it's not the point. Right. I just want to get to it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, finally, is I'm going to hold the card up like this to you. I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to probably flick it over, have a look, and I'll put it down face up, and I might look at it like there, or I might look at it there and there. Doesn't matter. That's not cheating. I'm allowed to look at the card because I need to memorise it. Okay, and then so to be face up, then I'll do the next card, and that'll go on top of that one face up. So then I won't be able to see that one below. So I'm not like lingering on it, And then obviously I'll go through the full 52, and then I can just turn the pack over, and it'll be good to start again. And then we'll see how many we get right. That is the gist of it, my friends. It took me a long time to get there. Okay, and I'm probably going to fail on this. I've failed many times trying to do these videos, because I also don't want to cut. I don't want to do an edit, because if I don't get it, actually that's what I was doing yesterday. I kept on stopping the video because I messed up. But if I do an edit, then what you can see, then you might be like, oh well, he just stopped the camera, then he learned the things, and then then he did it, and then so it's kind of like cheating. So yeah, I wasn't doing that, but that it can maybe come across that way. So I guess I've only really got one shot per day, and I'll explain why later. Why I only do it once a day. Okay, let's go. I'm going to take it slow, okay, to try and give myself a chance to succeed on this. And succeed, I mean, get most of them right. Right, okay, my friend. God, take a breath, like. Okay, so yeah, about every 7 seconds ish, I'll look at a different card. It varies through there depending on how I stream through the poem. Just to let you know. Okay, here we go. The Love Song of J. Alfred Perfect. Okay. Let us go, then you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky, like a patient etherized upon a table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights in one-night cheap hotels and sodus restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious argument of insidious intent that lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask what is it. Let us go and make our visit. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. The yellow fog that rubs its back upon the window panes, the yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes, licked its tongue into the corners of the evening, lingered upon the pools that stand in drains, let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys, slipped by the terrace, made a sudden leap, and seeing it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fell asleep. And indeed there will be time for the yellow smoke that slides along the street, rubbing its back upon the window panes. There will be time to prepare face to meet the faces that you meet. There will be time to murder and create, and time for all the works and days of hands that lift and drop a question on your plate. Time for you, and time for me, and time yet for 100 indecisions and 100 visions and revisions before the taking of a toast and tea. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. And indeed there will be time to wonder, do I dare? And do I dare? Time to turn back and descend the stair with a bald spot in the middle of my hair. They will say, how his hair is growing thin. My morning coat, my collar mounting firmly to the chin, my necktie, rich and modest, but asserted by a simple pin, they will say, but how his arms and legs are thin. Do I dare disturb the universe? In a minute there is time for decisions and revisions which a minute will reverse, for I've known them all already, known them all. I've known the evenings, mornings, afternoons. I have measured out my life with coffee spoons. I know the voices dying with the dying fall beneath the music from a farther room, so how should I presume? And I've known the eyes already, known them all, eyes that fix you with a formulated phrase. And when I am formulated, sprawling on a pin, when I am pinned and wriggling on the wall, then how shall I begin to spit out all the butt ends of my days and ways? And how shall I presume? And I've known the arms already, known them all, arms that are braceleted and white and bare, but in the lamplight downed with light brown hair. Is it perfume from a dress that makes me so digress? Arms that lay along a table or wrap about a shawl, and shall I then presume, and how should I begin? Shall I say I've gone at dusk through narrow streets and watched the smoke that rises from the pipes of lonely men in shirt sleeves leaning out of windows? I should have been a pair of ragged claws scuttling across the floors of silent seas. In the afternoon, the evening sleeps so peacefully, smoothed by long fingers, asleep, tired or it malingers, stretched on the floor there beside you and me. Shall I, after tea and cakes and ices, have the strength to force the moment to its crisis? But though I've wept and fasted, wept and prayed, though I've seen my head grown slightly bald brought in upon a platter, I am no prophet, and here's no great matter. I've seen the moment of my greatness flicker, and I've seen the eternal footman hold my coat and snicker, and in short, I was afraid. It would have been worth it after all, after the cups, the marmalade, the tea, among the porcelain, among some talk of you and me, would have been worthwhile to have bitten off the matter with a smile, to have squeezed the universe into a ball, to roll it towards some overwhelming question, to say, I'm Lazarus, come back from the dead, come back to tell you all. I shall tell you all, if one settling a pillow by a head should say. That is not what I meant at all. That is not it at all. It would have been worth it after all, after the sunsets and the dooryards and the sprinkled streets, after the novels, after the teacups, after the skirts that trail along the floor, and this and so much more. It's impossible to say just what I mean, but as if a magical lantern through the nerves and patterns on a screen. Would it have been worthwhile if one settling a pillow or throwing off a shawl or turning towards the window should say, that is not it at all. That is not what I meant at all. No, I'm no Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. I'm an attending lord, one that would do to swell a progress, start a scene or two, advise the prince, no doubt an easy tool. Differential, glad to be of use. Politic, cautious, meticulous, full of high sentence, but a bit obtuse. At times, indeed, almost ridiculous. Almost at times the fool. I grow old, I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat a peach? I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. I've heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. I've seen them riding seaweeds on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back. When the wind blows the water white and black, we have lingered in the chambers by the sea, by seagulls wreathed in seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us and we drown. Okay, right. I shall try and recall these now. I'm just going to zip through them. I will get some wrong, no doubt. It's again with the video. I haven't even started. I'm doubting myself, but I feel as though I will. I feel as though there's a few that maybe didn't stick, but we'll just see. We'll see how it goes, and I'll tell you, give you a little bit as I'm going through on a few of the stations of what the cards are. So hopefully we get off to a good start. Sometimes when you go back to the beginning, you forget them because it's like a while ago. Okay, so I think this first one is the 10 of diamonds, which is, okay, that's good, there we go. Okay, so that's, the first station is lettuce. I'm going to give you just the first one. So the lettuce, that's the word, so the tubes where lettuce go through. Anyhow, it evolved into the tube that came down into Willy Wonka's kind of chocolate thing, factory, whatever. So you've got Willy Wonka and the Oompa Loompas and things, and then the 10 of diamonds is rose. That's the word for rose, which is, I was about to say David Niven, I don't know, David Tennant's, you know, the Doctor Who. So anyhow, it's the TARDIS. Okay, I should have just said that. So the TARDIS appears, grabs a few Oompa Loompas and some chocolate bars, and he's away. I mean, you know. Anyhow, okay, so that's the gist of how my mind thinks on these things, and each one's different. Okay, so right, the next one. I'm trying to think of what that is now, and I'm actually going to just put this one aside. This happens sometimes, you know, quite a lot actually. So I'm going to put that one aside for now. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not going to panic just yet. It might come back to us. Some things don't get reinforced. Okay, so 6 of diamonds. Okay, that's Clint Eastwood. You're at the petrol station. You should go. Okay, don't have to tell you anymore because it'll take forever. So I'm going to try and rattle through. 6 of diamonds, and then I believe 6 of spades, and then the 2 of spades. Okay, I'll get a bit of flow going. I just want a bit more confidence here as I'm going. 6 of hearts, 7 of spades, 5 of diamonds, 4 spades, 7 of diamonds. That actually this coincides with the vision. I'm like sliding down the tightrope. It's time. I'm sliding down the tightrope of Back to the Future, you know, where they attach the cord to the clock tower, and we've got all Great Scott down at the bottom. Great Scott! And it turns out that the 7 of diamonds is muck, is the word. And muck's like the car full of all the stuff, you know, that they crash into the whatever in Back to the Future. So now and again these things match up with what it is, which is good. So anyway, that's what happened there. 9 of spades. Ace of hearts. Ace of hearts. Okay, let's get some momentum going. King of diamonds. King of diamonds. 2 of hearts, I believe. Which is fan. Which is like, I'm your number 1 fan, so it's whatever her name is from Misery. And we're going through the revolving doors, coming and going, or whatever as we come and go, going like into a hospital. And she's like there with the mallet, you know, and she's like, I'm your number 1 fan. Anyway, okay, Ace of diamonds. Ace of diamonds. Oh, okay, 2 of diamonds. Almost forgot that one. 8 of spades. I think it's the King of clubs. Yes. Jack of hearts. Jack of hearts. Okay. Sorry. 9 of clubs. 9 of hearts. I'm maybe being a little bit more cautious here, thinking, because I don't want to kind of, sometimes I just blast through and I get a bit. Okay, 9 of hearts, and then, okay, what happens after that? Got the, I think it's the Queen of diamonds. Ace of clubs. Queen of clubs. Sorry, I don't know if I'm going too fast here, sorry. Queen of clubs. Ace of spades. Ace of spades. Ace of spades. Sorry, I do it all the time anyhow, just can't help it. King of hearts. Jack of spades. Which actually kind of worked out quite well as well. It was just Johnny from, what do you call it? Actually forget what it's actually the thing, The Shining. That's it, like he's smashing the axe through the door, which is actually the location. I'm kind of going through the door to get into the, so anyway. King of spades. Oh, 9 of diamonds. 3 of hearts. 4 hearts. I kind of clocked that the 3 of hearts and the 4 hearts were together when I was doing it. It's like spinning plates in your mind when you're trying to do this thing while recite. This is the beauty about doing the poem. because you can't just stop, you've got to keep going, so the mind spinning plates trying to go back. 4 hearts, which is Smaug, and if anyone's at One Piece fans, which my son's got them all, and Luffy the stretchy kid and Smaug's there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, man, see, I'm confusing myself now. I think it's the 3 of diamonds. Then I believe we've got 8 of diamonds. Whew. It's like on a platter, and then Michael Jackson's there doing his moonwalking. I think this is a Jack of clubs. Then the 5 of clubs. So I'm reluctant to kind of do these things. Jack of clubs, 5 of clubs, 6 of clubs, which is actually works in like a thrift store, if that's not what you call it, like, but so all the kind of second-hand things, and you've got Gollum in there, so I mean there's obviously all these shiny things. So the 6 of clubs, actually this one here. So Gollum's just in there and he's just like, my precious, so it's just like covered, and I'm walking around like, oh, dodgy geezer. Okay, I believe this one could be the 10 of clubs. 7 of clubs, which is like the three amigos dancing, going, my little buttercup, it's got the sweetest smile, and I'm kind of like in the shower, it's it's uncomfortable. Okay, this one I feel like I've lost this one a little bit. I feel like it could be the 10 of spades, but I'm just going to put it aside for a second. So I think that one, I don't know what that one is yet, which is only the second one. I've got a feeling I know what it is, and I think I know it anyhow. So, okay, right, where was I? Okay, the 10 of spades. Okay, and then we've got the 5 of spades, 4 diamonds, and the 3 of spades, 7 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 3 of clubs, which is lamp, is the word, which I turned into lamp. It can also mean punch, so it's a lamp sometimes, and sometimes it's a punch from Rocky. He's got his gloves on and he's punching. In Blackadder, that's where it is. It's like the prince, so it's Blackadder's going in to see the prince, and he just ends up like launching him. Hey. Okay, I think this one could be the 5 of hearts, which is what I thought that first one might have been, so that's not correct. This one could be the 8 of clubs. It is. 4 clubs, 10 of hearts, Jack of diamonds, Queen of spades, and the Queen of hearts. Yes, which is Bane fighting Batman. So, did I say the 10 of spades for that one? Yes. So that first one, which was on the table, which was the second one, I'm not recalling it. What I could do is, I could go through the whole, in my mind, I could go through all of the spades, then all of the suits, until it kind of like, oh yeah, I missed that one. But I'm not going to do that. It's just, I just can't think of it. Oh, wait a minute. Is it the 2 of clubs? Oh, it is. Oh, there you go. Hey, there you go. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. It wasn't just like the grand finale where he's coming back. Anyhow, there we go. So, there you go. That's, I know that was a bit slow and laborious, and I went on kind of, actually I'll keep these outside. I went on for quite a while. I can't help it. But yeah, so basically, again, it took me about a good 3 months or something to initially learn how to memorise the deck of cards. And you give them all, there's memory systems that you use. I'm going to go through these again in the future on certain things, but it's like this was, what's a 10 of spades? I'm trying to even think sometimes I lose what the actual word is. But it's like, oh yeah, it's nose, that's correct, yeah. So I changed it. It's been a few things. It was Cyrano de Bergerac and things, and then it was just like Pinocchio. So like quite often, I stick with the Pinocchio quite a bit for that. So I say when I see the image, sometimes I forget what the word is, but I just see the 10 of spades and I get the image of Pinocchio. Again, I'm looking at giving myself, so that one is the Ace of Clubs, obviously, and it was a litre, you know, from like Battle Angel or whatever you call it, and there's a scene, I don't want to spoil some of this, but she's been a bit beaten up, she's like bouncing on one arm, and so I kind of get that thing there. Anyhow, so similar time to get that's muck, so which translated to what was muck, and my mind was like, oh yeah, the car smashed into the muck. So you've got that scene, so you build up these, each word evokes a memory or feeling or thought, and you exaggerate these memories if you can. Again, I'm still getting used to trying to do this. I only do this once a day. I don't really incorporate these memory techniques as much as I want to, and I'm going to start doing that going forward, just to try and learn and keep information rather than just blasting through stuff and thinking I'm knowing stuff and then forgetting everything. So I'm going to try and go forward and teach you some of the memory techniques that I've learned but haven't really put into play. But I feel like this is like a good thing to do to keep the brain active, and it's just like I say, it's like taking the brain to the gym. So a quick rundown on, because I learned, so it took us about 3 months to learn the deck of cards, and to do something like this you have to be able to see the card and instantly see the image, because that's what I found when I first started doing this with the poem. I didn't know the card. I knew the card, like say that's Bane, which is Batman fighting Bane. But when I'm doing the poem and I'm like Queen of Hearts, and then I'm like, what's that again? And then I'm moving on to the next one, and I'm like, oh, that's it. And so you really need to once you've learned your cards, you need to kind of just turn them over like this and see and basically be able to almost go at this speed, and you see the card, and you can see, and you get an image straight away. And until you can do that, then you can't really do what I've just done with the poem. And then obviously you've got to memorise the poem, which again, you can use memory techniques, you can use pegging systems, through, again, I'll go into these things later, where I use a setup around the house. I go into the rooms and I log certain words, and it helps you to build the structure of the poem. Then you can fill in the words, as you go along. Again, I'll explain to this. And then, so I walk through, whenever I do this, I start upstairs, and then it takes me through a journey into the rooms. But as I'm going into the rooms, I use wall, corner, but I'm not just staring at a corner. When I'm in a certain corner that invokes the image of the specific place I am within the poem, then I add whatever the card is to the actual location as I'm going. So I'm just keeping order. So obviously, then like I say, I broke it down because the poem was around about 6.5 minutes. I've done it, a speed one I've done is about 4 minutes 50. And I've tried to do it also where I've listened to music while I'm doing it to try and distract again. And I was like, I'll never be able to do this. So I was listening to music while I was reciting it, and I managed to do it. Not bragging, I'm just trying to push myself so the mind can see what you can do, So anyhow, so I just thought it would be cool. So I broke the poem down into 52 sections. So I saw how long it took us, it was like 6.5 minutes. Divided that by 52, which was just say around about 7 seconds, 7.5 seconds. So I knew I had to pick a word every 7 seconds roundabout in the poem that invoked an image where I could tag the cards on every 7.5 seconds and give us enough time to get the card, get it in there while I'm going through the poem, spinning the plates in my mind of the things, and then get to the end. That's the general gist of it. Took us a while to do. It took us probably another 3 months to be able to do it at any speed. I think the first time it took us about 20 minutes the first time again, because I didn't have the clarity of the cards like this, I'm seeing them. So anyway, this has gone on too long. I apologise. That's the gist. That's the memory poem thingy bobby. Please share this. If you think it's pretty cool. It took us a long time to do it. I don't know how many people have done anything like this before. But it's a good workout for the brain. That's what I'm saying. Because it changes every day and it's fun. So I hope you enjoy that, and okay, my friends, I shall bring forward other memory things in the future, along with all the other crazy things I'm bringing in there. Okay, take care, my friends. Have a good day, and yes, remember this, my friends. Goodbye. Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching whatever it was you just watched. I hope it's left you confused or excited or inspired or whatever. emotions is running through your head right now. I appreciate it. But please hit the thumbs up and pass things on to your friends if you think they need to watch this. And if you'd like to look at any of my art or purchase any of my art, then please check out the links below for the website, Instagram, Facebook, and all that jazz. Take care. I shall see you soon. Thanks now. Bye.